Hi, hello, welcome to Felixstowe Live. My name's Chris. We're here at the Port of Felixstowe viewpoint where we've just been filming the APL Norway arriving from the eastern end of the Mediterranean today, and she brings to us food, drink, all kinds of stuff. Some of it comes from outside the European common market. It comes from places like Lebanon and Egypt as well as Turkey. And those parts of the world, of course, are outside the EU. So, in effect, there'll be no change on the customs procedures, goods that come from Egypt or Lebanon, but there may be on goods that come from Turkey. It's going to be an interesting one to see how our kind of external local trade is concerned. We all tend to think of shipped containers as being the kind of stuff that comes in on that kind of ship. The reality is that Felixstowe receives frequent ships from the eastern end of the Mediterranean and from kind of the northern end or the northeastern end of Africa, because we get lots of food and drink from that part of the world because their growing seasons are different to ours. They're outside the EEC, so in reality not much will make a difference to them. But stuff that comes here from Greece and Turkey and Italy, that may well be seriously affected by the effects of Brexit, because the customs regime will be different to what the customs regime is now. Going to be an interesting one to see where that goes. Also, we can give you a bit of an update on what's happening on the Port of Felixstowe. The general comments that we're getting back from people like haulage companies is that the VBS, the vehicle booking system, seems to be working somewhat better. One haulier said to me that he looked one afternoon during the week and was actually shocked to discover that there were 4 or 5 free available VBS slots that afternoon, in that instance, that he could have easily sent vehicles in for. That's good news for Felixstowe. That's serious improvement in the VBS. But it's also interesting to note that Felixstowe is actually changing its system apparently in the new year. We're not entirely sure of how much change they will make. They're going to move from something called the VBS, that's a vehicle booking system, to something called a CBS, which is the container booking system. Now, my suspicion, and I think most people's suspicion, is it's going to be very similar. But we understand from sources inside the port that it's going to be closer to the Southampton system that DP World at Southampton actually use. That's an experience that the new boss at Felixstowe, Chris Lewis, has got extensive experience of. And I understand that he thinks it may well work better than the VBS. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully there will be more slots, hauliers, and lorry drivers won't end up having to wait for inordinate amounts of time. The other point to note is that on the social media around the port, we're getting quite a lot of comments from dockers who I think dock workers are getting really kind of fed up with the situation where they're constantly coming under attack. There are lots of guys on that port behind me who want to work. They're sitting in their tugs and bluntly, they're waiting for instructions to come through on the computer system. The problem that Felixstowe has had since introducing NGen about 2 years ago is that they constantly have issues with keeping their machinery fully employed. The system doesn't work that way, someone said to me the other day. It actually works on prioritising parts of the job as against other parts of the job. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But we wish Felixstowe well with their new CBS. I'm Chris, this is Felixstowe Live. We'll see you soon.